Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor Channel. My name is Sensei Crypto and I'll be doing the Sunday show, the crypto show. We will be looking into a few important things. It's been quite a volatile week for crypto. We covered a lot on last Sunday's show that you enjoyed a lot. I saw in the comments and the comments throughout the live stream this week. Today's sort of headline and what we're going to be discussing primarily is sort of you can see in the title as well. It's a Bitcoin ETF fail, I've called it. Is the XRP ETF next? And a bit about the stock market and key levels we're at. We have seen a slight sell-off in the stock market, nothing to be too worried about yet. But is this going to be the Q1 sell-off I've been talking about for, I don't know, about 6 months now, 6 to 9 months I've been saying the beginning of 2024 / the end of 2023 might see a recession, and we're in that time frame now, so it's worth discussing. So we are live now. This is a live show. If you're watching this later on in the week, then you can always look down. There should be timestamps where I discuss each thing. So if you don't want to watch the whole 1 hour live stream, you can look at what you're interested in through the timestamps. If you are here live, please do comment. And I will respond to your comments while we are live. Ask me any questions you have while we discuss what's in the title. Let's see who's here right now. Let me go to this screen. So we have Martyn Cheese, evening all. Hello to you. Bill is here. Don't normally see Bill. Don't normally see Bill on the Sunday show, so it's great to have you here, Bill. Thank you for joining. Why not Ether? Why Ether, not Bitcoin, is the winning crypto trade so far in 2024? I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement, but if it is a question of why Bitcoin's outperforming Ethereum, and the reason will be because of the ETF. There's been a lot of hype around the ETF. We finally saw the ETF this week, and that's been driving Bitcoin's price up. But however, now the Bitcoin ETF has come out. I expect to sort of sell the news event, which has sort of occurred now. That money might be flowing into the next trade, which could be an ETH ETF, which there have been filings for. I think the decision on that is around May. I think it's more likely we get an XRP ETF, and that's what we're going to be discussing a bit later on. Martyn says Bitcoin has been the winning trade, but now ETH has a higher upside potential for 2024. It could do, yes. That's a valid argument. And Mike is here. Hey, Sensei. Hello, Mike. Great to have you here on the Sunday show. Thank you for joining. So let's start off with looking... Oh, where have I gone? Let's try this again. There I am. Let me sort this out. We did have a few technical difficulties before the show, but we are live. We are here. Hopefully everything's working fine. Okay, so we're going to start talking about Bitcoin and the next trade on Bitcoin, reflect on this past week. We'll look at it through the chart perspective as well. So this is the Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin USD on Coinbase. This is the chart. This is the daily chart. Every candle represents a day. So we're sitting at 42,500. If you go back to last week's Sunday show, my prediction for the week was, for Bitcoin, we were sat at 43,000, around 44,000. I said, come Wednesday, we'll probably get close to 50,000 and we'll have a sell-off. And the sell-off will take us lower than we are today. Today referencing when I said this statement on Sunday. Today we're sat on 42,500. So everything was correct about that prediction. Not to say going forward my predictions are going to be correct, but this prediction I gave last Sunday has turned out correct. So you can see we are 3.5% lower than we were last week, and from the highs of this week, which was 49,200, very close to that 50,000 that I mentioned on Sunday, we are down 13%. So we have seen a sell the news event. As mentioned, when the ETF comes out, we'll have a little pop. We had that pop of sort of 5% when it started trading, those first couple hours of trading, and subsequently over the next day, basically, we did drop around 16% in a day. So from the highs of Wednesday to the lows of Thursday, we were down 16%, and from the highs of Wednesday to where we are currently, we're down 13%. So it's interesting. It was much. We saw we had a couple of trades. I had a short on Wednesday. I closed because I knew there was the pump coming. The sentiment was slightly changing. So that was a trade I had on Tuesday, I think it was, which I came up live on the show, said I had a short going, closed it in a bit of profit because I saw the sentiment changing. And on Wednesday, we did see it pop to 49,200. My stop loss was at 50,000, which would have been fine, but I like to close the trade out in a profit, and I don't want to see the losses in the red and panic on Thursday when we saw the ETF start trading, which was fine. I closed the trade in a slight profit. Obviously, I'd be in a much larger profit here. The trade was posted on Discord and it's still active. I think 40,300 is a take profit. Obviously, if you made 16% on a leverage trade on a 3x, that's a 50% trade in 3 days. Congratulations. You might as well take profits, or at least portions of your profit. So that was successful, exactly as predicted. That is what happened. I couldn't be any closer to it's literally dead on. I said day of trading, when the ETF's approved, we'll pop to nearly 50,000 and we'll drop right back down lower than we were on Sunday. And that's where we are. We are lower this Sunday than we were last Sunday, even though the ETF has been approved. Now, going forward is a bit harder to predict. All we can do now is sort of look at charts, look at levels. 40,300 is a key level. If we break 40,300, break 40,000, then yes, 35,000 is very likely. So trading it would probably be breaking 40,200. You can take sort of a short. You can still be in the short. You can see 38,000 as your first take profit, and then your next take profit on that short is 35,000. You can look at it in several ways. When I say short, you might not be a trader, you don't want to take the short. You can consider the take profits of the short. For example, you're short now, the first take profit is at 40,200. You can consider that your first buy. If you want to buy now because the ETF's been approved and you're waiting until the ETF's approved to be buying Bitcoin, then obviously don't buy it when the ETF was approved. Start buying in at key levels, 40,300. The first take profit of the short could be your first buy-in. The next buy-in could be 38,000. The second take profit of the short could be your your second DCA. The third take profit of the short at 35,200 could be your third buy-in. Split up the buys. I never recommend doing all your buys together. I don't recommend taking all your profits together. So yes, you can consider it in different ways. When I speak, you can see what applies to you, and obviously don't take it as financial advice. It's just key levels I'm relaying to you, and what I think is a low risk zone to be a low risk zone to be buying, and a high risk zone to be selling, in my opinion. And again, 35,000 is that. And if we do lose 35,000, which we might do once we come onto the topic of is Q1, is there a crash looming for the stock market, which will definitely be portrayed in the crypto market as well, then there might be levels such as 31,000, 28,000, which will start being reintroduced, and 20,000. So I wouldn't be deploying all my cash. I'll be sort of planning ahead. If we do, what would I do if Bitcoin comes down to 15,000? Excuse me. What would I do if Bitcoin comes down to 20,000? Do I have a plan? What happens if Bitcoin comes down to 15,000? Do I have a plan? What happens if Bitcoin doesn't retest 25,000 and goes to all-time highs, and we see a figure of 300,000 in the next 2 years? Do I have a plan? Am I positioned? You need to plan for every situation, the unlikely ones and the likely ones, and have a plan for in all bases. That's what Martyn teaches every day. As he says, planning 10 moves ahead, 5 moves ahead. It's a game of chess. you see it when you watch Martyn's show on the week. He always once he takes a trade, he always knows what the next step is, and when he wants to get out the trade, when he wants to clear margin, when he wants to make his next buy, when he wants to double down on something, when he wants to get out of something. He's already planned that when he's taking the first step. So we've already planned that if Bitcoin goes to 200,000, we're already positioned. We're 50% invested. If Bitcoin comes down to 35,000, we have a bit of cash to deploy if we want, but we don't need to because we bought Bitcoin at 15,000. If you've got no Bitcoin, then 35,000 could be your first buy-in. If Bitcoin comes down to 15,000, I will still have some cash available to be buying Bitcoin in the portfolio challenge because I haven't deployed it all. I'm ready for all situations. So that's one thing that is important, especially in the crypto market, because it's so volatile. You need to have a plan for all situations. So, example, you look at ETH. ETH has been outperforming Bitcoin in the last week because people are seeing ETH as the next trade. It's at 25,000. Am I buying ETH? No. Do I have much ETH? No. Do I want to have ETH? Yes, but my plan is I've set myself an area where I want to buy ETH. At this point, I would be happy to buy ETH at $1,000 and $1,000 and $600. I know in my head that might not come around. In my head, it's more likely it will come around. $1,000 will happen again before the next bull run. But I've planned that if it doesn't come around, I'm invested enough in other coins. XRP, Sandbox, ICP, other coins that are in the portfolio challenge that I might miss the boat on ETH, but I'm still invested in the altcoin market. I just don't think Ethereum at today's value is an area I want to buy it. I would be happy to buy at the lows of the FTX crash, around the 800, 600, 900, 1000 mark. So Ethereum isn't looking too interesting to me. I wouldn't be buying this sort of hype of the ETF. The ETF news is in May, so that there is plenty of room for a crash before then. I just don't think it's a low risk area to be buying. It's the highest price it's been in about nearly 2 years. So I wouldn't be buying Ethereum now. XRP is looking pretty solid. I'd rather be buying XRP at these prices than Ethereum. Yeah, I mean XRP it's just accumulating. It's just there's nothing too bad looking at the XRP chart. I've always said XRP can come down to 30 cent, but ever since the lawsuit has finished and XRP was marked as not a security, I don't think 30 cent is too likely. Again, a black swan could come around and I'll be happy to buy XRP at 30 cent, but we're positioned enough in XRP that we can ride the wave. If you're not positioned in XRP, I think anywhere if you can get it under 50 cent is a good buy. If you want to put some buy orders there in case some news comes out and there's a little quick move down. Remember with XRP, what I've noticed is if Bitcoin comes down quite fast, XRP has a flash crash. So you can buy XRP at quite low price and it gets bought up pretty quickly. So if Bitcoin drops 5% on Monday, XRP might drop 10% for a few minutes and then be bought up. So let me have a look at Dogecoin. Again, Dogecoin I think is a pretty solid crypto to be involved in. 0.05 cents was the buys level. I mean, anything under 0.06, even the levels we're at now, it's not a bad area to be DCAing. You can see it hasn't had a crazy pump. So I see this Dogecoin going to maybe 50 cent to $1 in the next bull run. So you can expect maybe a 10x. Yeah, so over the next 2 years, which is great. Just going through some altcoins on the watch list. I think Solana, the trade, you can see the buy area was near that FTX lows. So around the $14. I think it's too late to get into Solana now. So if it ever comes back down to $50 or under 50, then it might be worth buying a few. But again, you're not going to see any more than a 10x on Solana, so I wouldn't bother. Again, BNB is not something I'm interested in at all. I wouldn't be buying that until maybe between $6 and $40, and we're sat at $300 now, so I won't be bothering with BNB. Let's have a look at something else on the Osmosis. Again, we were buying that at 30 cents. It's at $1.80, so that's a great trade. That's something else that was posted on the Discord, so that's great to see. Pancake Swap again was bought at $1 now. Nearly it's nearly been a 3x. We're sitting around $3, so that's great. Again, would I be buying any more of that now? Probably not. The buys have already been made on that. Aave, pretty decent. Again, that might be worthwhile to be DCAing into. I wouldn't be buying it all now. We need to be prepared for Aave to might come down to $36, $20, and it's at $100 now. So you can start DCAing into some of these cryptos that haven't really popped off, but I would be keeping my money aside for mini crashes or a main crash. We'll definitely have mini crashes along the way before the before the bull market, and we might have a major crash. So that's what you need to have some money aside for. Let me double check some comments and then we'll discuss a bit further. I cleared $57,000 of margin, looking to buy back in after the drop, says Martyn Lucas Investor. Yes, so congratulations to Martyn. He bought in at the right time. Seems like he sold at the right time. It's always good to be able to be in that mindset, to be able to clear margin, to actually clear margin, go in with a fresh thought and see where best to put the money. I think he made $30,000, $20,000 with when he turned on margin. So that's congratulations to Martyn. Remember his portfolio not too long ago being under, I think it was around 45,000, and we saw it hit 70,000. So that's a great achievement. But yeah, I mean, it's always wise. I mean, at that point, it was low risk to be in margin. Now, with the stock market being at close to all-time highs, we'll be looking at the S&P in a second. It's higher risk. Not to say that the stock market can't go higher, but it's higher risk to be in margin. It's higher risk to be in the market, but especially to be in the market with margin. So turning off margin when the money has been made and when the stock market's at all-time high, ready to have money to be deployed if there is a crash, whether that be 5%, 10%, 20%, just preparing for all situations to know I do have some money if we drop 5%, I do have some money available if we drop 20%, and I also can turn on margin. I have even more money available if we drop 5, 10, 20% in the markets. Lance Strength says, hello everyone. Craig says, hello, good evening all. Roman says, hi all. He says, Bitcoin crash. Do you mean right now? Let me have a quick look at the chart. I don't think Bitcoin's crashing right now. Yeah, Bitcoin's coming down, but it's not crashing. It's at 42,500. Bitcoin crash. Roten Cheese, why are you so sure there will be a bull run? Because I think crypto is here to stay. I think there's a lot of amazing technology within it all. I think XRP's technology is great. I think Bitcoin's concept is brilliant. Being able to hold your own money, being able to send money quite quickly, being able to imagine trying to walk through a border with £1 million in cash. You can't do it. You can try to do it with gold, but you'll be stopped as well. You can go in with a little USB stick and go into another country with all your money. If the bank collapses, you are your own bank. There's so many different elements of Bitcoin, which is great new technology. And with everything else, the blockchain itself is based on crypto as well. So that in itself, I can see so many different implementations of that. And as many people smarter than me have said, crypto is here to stay. And over time, we'll see some great use cases come out. We're in its very early stages, and with anything in its early stages, the S curve. We're at the beginning of the S curve, so I only see it growing, and I think we can capitalize on it. And right now, I think we're still early. I mean, if you think about it, I was in Bitcoin I don't know, 2017, so 3, 4, about 6, 7 years before BlackRock was into Bitcoin, because they only got in, I don't know, Thursday, right? With the ETF. I'm sure they might have been buying behind the scenes, but they've only been in that long. So we're definitely early. And there's now a Bitcoin ETF. It just makes it seem like it's here to stay. I'm sure it will change. I'm not one of those people that think Bitcoin's going to be the number one forever. I think in 10, 15 years time, Bitcoin might not be the number one. It might be, but I don't think so. So I think there's a lot of new technology, and definitely want to be part of it. Oh, and why do I think there's going to be a bull run? I mean, I like to go with evidence in the past. I think the past rhymes. It might not be exactly the same, but every 4 years, once we've seen the halvening event occur where the supply halves being mined, we've always seen Bitcoin go up 100x and 50x and 10x. Then maybe this time it will be a 7x from the all-time high. So we've seen the past. It might not dictate the future, but it will certainly, I think, will be quite similar. And that halvening event is less than 100 days away now, which is quite exciting. And the year after the halvening, we always see a great bull run. Thoughts on Pluton, Sensei? Will it still run in the bull run, or is it a dying coin was going down when most other coins were pumping? Pluton's a strange coin. I think it's one of the ones that you just have to hold, and it's one of the ones that can do 100x. I know the company's working on it. I know they've been working on it for 5, 6, 7 years. I know I've seen the use case itself. I've seen happy customers. The market cap is tiny, 50 million or something like that. It probably won't go up like meme coins do, and while everything else was pumping. I think it's once it gets recognized, it will have its time. And you don't need that much invested. I mean, depending on how much money you have, $500, $1,000 invest in Plutus with 100x, you're fine, even $100. So it's one of the ones to not look at too much and just keep on the side, and don't sell until a certain amount of money you want to make. I think it's one of the ones where, for example, you've bought $1,000 worth of it. You just say to yourself, I'm not going to sell this. I either lose all my money on it, or I sell it when it hits. I mean, it's up to you what number you put on it. $10,000. If you've put 1,000 into it, I'd probably say you hold it until at least $20,000. You just put that number on it, and if you get to it, great. If you don't, then you're happy to lose the money on it. But it's one of the ones that is one of the ones like that. It's not a meme coin that will pump when everything else is pumping. It's a solid company behind it. So I'm not surprised it hasn't been reacting while all other altcoins have been pumping. If there's a major recessionary event, the likelihood of a bull run coinciding is heavily diminished. No, I think with a recession, I think the recession will mark the bottom for a lot of these coins, and will set us up for a nice bull run, just like 2020 did. So yeah, I think, I mean, if it's, as long as it's not like a long-lasting recession that takes 2 years and everything is terrible, I'm sure it would be something where the Fed will print our way out of it, which is how they seem to deal with a lot of recessions. So I think a recession would be great. I think it will give us a buying opportunity. I mean, a recession is never great. Don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, I'd rather there not be a recession because of the impact it has on people. But in terms of purely crypto and stocks, if a recession does occur, I don't think that means the bull market's over. I just think it might delay it a little bit, but it will give you the buying opportunity. It will also give you there might be more liquidity because the Fed will want to print the way out of it, so there'll be more money in the market to be buying this asset. So let's look at Raymond. Sensei, we need you every day of the week and not just Sunday. Isn't that something for you to be live every day, but perhaps on your channel? Thank you. Can you tell me how to pronounce your name? Is it Raymond, or Raman? I might be being really silly, but I just want to pronounce your name right. So just let me know. We need you Yeah, I mean, I call in when I can. Sunday is the day I do my show, but it's definitely something I might explore in the future. But for now, I enjoy doing my Sunday shows and calling in. But thank you. It means a lot that you like the content. Roten Chi says the market is not as simple as buying before the halving and 10x your money. The market has changed, especially with Wall Street now involved. We could have just had the bull run because of the because of we could just have we could have just had the bull run because of the ETF. I mean, yeah, I mean the bull run might have started now, but I mean if the bull run starts now, that's the same as the sort of the 4 or 5 year cycle. So I don't know what you mean, but let me read your other comment in a second. I'll keep margin on the side in case we have a crash, but not bothering with it myself either. Yes, Peter, I think that's the same with me. Something I might do if we do get a big crash and I see XRP at 30 cent, I might move my XRP from my holding account to an exchange and put it on 2x leverage. So I'll be liquidated at 15 cent, but I'll have 2x the amount of XRP, something like that, which we can discuss closer to the time. Appreciate your counter. I just feel Bitcoin's technology is quite slow. It's more of a store of value, but now that Wall Street is involved, I'm off it. This is coming from someone. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think Bitcoin's technology is great at all. I just think what it has going for it is the fact it's the number one currency. It's the one that everyone knows, and it's the one that everyone trusts because it's been here from the beginning. I don't think the technology needs to be great, and I think people need to stop thinking that there's the Bitcoin maxis that think Bitcoin's technology is brilliant. It's really not. It's expensive. It's slow, and yeah, I mean, expensive and slow is enough to put you off it. I think what it has going for it is being the first one, and the whole concept of being able to hold the coin. It's the least volatile one. It's something that you can see growing slowly, and yeah, it's a store of value. It's 21 million is the cap supply, and supply halves every 4 years. So, I mean the supply being mined halves every 4 years. So that's what it has going for it. I don't think the technology is brilliant either, and I think there are much more exciting coins out there. But just for someone who wants to be involved with crypto, I don't see anything wrong with them allocating a portion of their crypto portfolio to the most trusted and least volatile crypto. Re-entry point, re-entry point near on Boink. Ed Spitzer. Boink might be finished. I haven't looked at it in a while. I think the market cap. Yeah, I mean, what's the market? Well, I can't see the market cap. It says the volume for the last 30 days it's over 1 trillion, and let me see if I can find the market cap and just see if it's even worth it at this point. Yeah, market cap's 1.5 billion. Yeah, so it's 71 on the. Yeah, I mean, what's the best it can do, Boink? Now it's not. It won't do a 10x. The best it will ever do is a 10x, and that'll reach Dogecoin's market cap. So, do you really want a re-entry price on Boink? I mean, the best it can ever do. Like Solana, I said 10x earlier because that's double its last market cap, and I was mentioning a 10x from the re-entry point at $30, which is not even its all-time high. And I was saying that might be unlikely. Boink having a 10x is best case scenario. That takes it up to Dogecoin's market cap. So realistically, 2x, 3x is what you're going to get, and it can be rug pulled. It can be. Let me just show you the chart. It can be a lot of different things. Everyone can sell it. They've made their money. Like just going to all-time highs, I guess you can double your money. But from the all-time highs, a 5x is the best case scenario. So I think it's a lesson to be learned is we missed out on it. We were covering it around here. I think James brought it to our attention. I don't know if he's here in the chat, but I mean, re-entry point. I wouldn't give a re-entry point on Boink. I don't think it's worth it. Let me just get up to date with these comments. Thank you all for joining. Let me see how many likes we have, because there seems to be a lot of comments, but not 18 watching and only 7 likes. This is not good. We can do much better. Last time we got 100, I think we got 105 likes on the video and like 92 likes during the live stream. So we can do it much better than that. So let's please hit the like button. If you are new here, please do subscribe. It does really help. So please do that. I like it myself as well. Let's give it a refresh. Here we go, 15 likes, 18 watching. Thank you very much. That looks much better. Who has known about it since Silk Road days? Yes, I wish I bought heavily then. I didn't, sadly. I hold a lot of ETH though. I'm not sure that a 24, 25 bull run is a given. Nothing is so obvious. Yeah, I mean, it's not a given. It's definitely not, but a bear market for a couple years. We've seen the accumulation. We might have another retest. If just looking at the charts, you can see a whole accumulation area we've had for a couple years. So what you expect now is maybe a flash down for liquidity wise. So the real buyers do come in and they need the market to move down to be able to make their big buy orders, and then it typically goes up. So if you don't believe in a random, if you don't believe in sort of the halvening event kicking all off the news cycle, then the charts themselves, you can see that there's been a 2-year accumulation. So you can look at it from that point of view. Large strength. If you had 500 to invest, which coin would you invest in today? I mean, I'd invest in XRP, but I wouldn't be expecting a return over weeks, months. I'd be holding it for a 2-year investment. Greg, if Trump gets backed into White House, the markets will explode. Thank you for your thoughts. Road time cheese. Liquidity moves markets. People are not given money to sit at home. This won't happen again. People are struggling to make ends meet. Not sure if liquidity is there in alts if retail isn't involved. I mean, retail's made plenty of money with stocks, so they can always move that over to crypto. And times have been tough, and people are still investing in the stock market. Robert Bigby, you should do it after Martyn or before. What the weekly show? Maybe we'll implement a few live shows, but it won't be every day. But thank you for the support. Ed Spitzer, yes, Greg. Fingers crossed for a businessman to run the biggest business in the world, America. Good luck to you guys. Road to 10 cheese. Thanks, Sensei. I admire your work, mate. Thank you very much for your comments. It really, I do enjoy getting your opinion and different people's opinion. That's why I'm here, to give my perspective as well. Thank you, Sensei. Said it, so thank you very much. Greg, 100% Ed, he'll be back unless it's rigged again, but they will be prepared this time for the owl broken water pipe trick, I am sure. Thank you very much. I understand what you mean. I agree. Maybe a quick double, but that's a risk. Yes, it is. Greg, I think we have this year to accumulate. Then next January, our bank accounts are made great again. Word to cheese, smash the likes. Oh, thank you so much. I have not seen you on the channel before, so thank you for joining. How did you discover the show? Please do let me know. 20 watching, 15 likes. Let's double check again. 23 likes, 18 watching. We've got more likes than watching. That's amazing. Can't ask for anything better. Okay, let's get back to the charts. So I did have something prepared on the XRP ETF, but my systems did shut down before, so I'm going to see if I can quickly find it again. In the meantime, here's the Boink chart. I think Bitcoin's coming down a bit, so let me just put that onto the 15 and the 5-minute chart and see what's going, the 1-minute chart and see what's going on. Actually, let's. Oh yeah, wow, we are coming down. We're at 42,000 now. Let's put it on the 4-hour. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Bitcoin's definitely coming down. Congratulations, anyone with a short. Oh yeah, there was a transfer of. Let me show you this as well. So there was a transfer of 25 billion XRP to Bitfinex, which is half the circulating supply, but definitely doesn't seem right. And I think Bitfinex came out and said, speculation is that it's an attempted attack on the exchange via partial payment exploit. Any XRP, please care to comment. So I think it was something going on with Bitfinex. It seems to be someone's trying to exploit their exchange. I don't think it's anything to do with XRP. So a lot of people panicking on Twitter, but I don't think there's anything to worry about on that front because that's not possible. Half the circulating supply can't be sent there. What I was looking for is Jamie Dimon saying something about XRP. So I'm just trying to find that while we look at XRP, while we look at Bitcoin come down a little bit. So it was Charles Gasparino, which was Fox Business Network. It was a senior correspondent there. Sorry, I did have this prepared, but my system shut down just before the stream. Well, I had to reboot everything because the camera wasn't connecting. Yeah, I mean, I can't find it, but basically what it was speculation that a question was asked: was there an XRP ETF coming out? And the way he responded to the question, he quickly dismissed it. So I'm sure there is talks about it. I do know that one of the top guys at Ripple did move over to Morgan Stanley. So I'm sure down the line there will be. It might be sooner than we think. It might be later than we think. I do think we'll hear more about it in the next couple of weeks. The other important thing for XRP this year will be a IPO, not of XRP, because XRP is a coin. People always get this confused. XRP can't IPO. Ripple, the company, will IPO. They're sort of finishing up this lawsuit. XRP is deemed not a security. So that's all been put behind them. They just need to pay a fine for some sales of XRP. And then they'll go public. That could be a major catalyst for XRP to run to all-time highs, $3. You need to remember when we're talking about something like Boink, a random meme coin that doesn't do anything, that's been in the market for less than a year, risking it for a 2x. I think it was the Ed asking about that, risking it for the 2x, or putting money into XRP, which is a proven technology, which has just been one of the only coins deemed not a security, which has the potential of an ETF being approved, which has a company Ripple go IPOing, and that can lead speculation onto XRP. And the all-time high was in 2017 at around $3, and we're sitting at 50 cents now. A 10x on XRP is more. I think, in my opinion, it's inevitable. Again, not financial advice, and it doesn't have to happen, but I think it's inevitable. I think it's more likely to get 100x with XRP than it is to get a 10x with Boink. So again, $58 XRP maybe in 10 years' time, but But if XRP wasn't, in my opinion anyway, if XRP wasn't suppressed last bull run, it didn't hit all-time highs. It had this whole law case put onto it just before. All-time highs of 2017 of $3.20. What did ETH do from its last all-time highs? I think it was $1,000 went to $4,000. Let's just say that was a 4x. Bitcoin had, let me double check that. I think it was more than that, but Bitcoin last all-time high was 20,000, went to 60,000. So I don't know, 3.5x. So ETH's all-time high in 2017 was, and these are coins of higher market caps. But yeah, ETH was 1,400 and it went to 4,800. So another, let's just say 3x. Bitcoin 3.5. Let's say they're both about 3.5x. And then all the smaller ones did much higher returns. Let's say XRP did that from its all-time high in 2017 and it wasn't suppressed. You'd be, so 3.3 was its highs at 2017. It did a 3x, 3.5x. You went to $10. You might expect another 3x, $10, $30. So it could theoretically be at $30 this bull run. It probably won't be because it didn't have that move up. You didn't set anything up in the last bull run, and we didn't go into price discovery. But it's very likely that we'll see all-time highs. $3.3 is let's see what percentage move up that is. Maybe is it 7x or it's about 5x. Yeah, about a 5.5x. So that's just at all-time highs. I do think we go between $5 to $10 next bull run, and it's a coin that's actually doing something, that actually has a use case, that actually has potential of an ETF, that has potential of the company behind it going IPOing. So I prefer to be buying XRP than a company than Boink. So yeah, that was the other thing I was going to speak out. Just I think XRP ETF could be a better trade than the ETH ETF. If ETH goes up, XRP will probably go up. But XRP trades very slowly. It will go sideways for a while. It will flash crash down when everything goes down, and then one day it will surprise you and it will go up in a straight line for 4 weeks in a row. And in those 4 weeks, you'll make the money that you've been waiting for 3 years. That's how XRP trades. I mean, you look back. It was, I don't know, just how many days was this? 140 days, and then in the one day you got your 100% move up. You can see this sideways movement for 703 days, nearly 2 years, and then in the space of 15 days you move up 150%, and then you go sideways for a bit longer, and then you move up another 300%. You look back to 2017, which was when it wasn't being suppressed because of a lawsuit. You had to move up. I'm not going to talk about pre-2017 because this move up itself was ridiculous. In about 21 days, you moved up 11,000%. That's like an ultra low cap meme coin does that, and that's what XRP did. It went sideways for another 200 days, and then in a matter of let me just get this right, in a matter of 26 days, you moved up another 1,400%. So 15x in 26 days on a number 3 market cap coin. It actually went into the number 2 slot, so it's the only other coin that's ever been the second largest market cap coin. So I think long term we will be rewarded. It just moves. It will flash crash. If Bitcoin goes down 5%, XRP will suddenly go down 10%. It will take a long while, but I think there will be a 21-day period, a 1-day period where it will be worth it because at 14x's or 10x's or 5x's within a few days. So and the other thing is we are actually coming to quite a there's some converging trend lines. So it's from the all-time high to the high. You can do it in different ways as well. So for example, I was playing around with it and there was different trend lines converging. So it seems like in the next few weeks, next few months, there is going to be either a breakdown to 30 cent or a breakout of whatever trend we are in currently. That might be taking us to $1, $2. So I look forward to that. Let's get back to this. Let's quickly go back. Oh, because of Martin, but I saw your video and I'm impressed. Well done. Oh, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you here again, mate. Yes, every Sunday we're here at 9 p.m. UK time, or have a look at the time now in the time zone you're in, and 45 minutes ago is when the show starts on a Sunday. Bernard Foxton, evening Sensei, what are your thoughts on the timing of interest rate cuts? And this is a shot in the arm of the markets in need. We'll discuss that in a second. Thank you for your comment. Ed Spencer, since the BTC ETFs follow the crypto trends, will you continue to trade currencies, or would you consider the ETF instead? I'll be sticking to currencies for now. I worry that the blank spots during market close, the ETF will cause people to lose a lot of money. The blank spots during market close, because they're not 24/7, correct? Yeah, they aren't 24/7 to us, but it's the same as stocks. They are basically 24/7 to big investors, which is just why crypto is good, because there is not one person that has access to something we don't. We can all trade the markets 24 hours a day. But I know what you mean. There can be some manipulation. There can be some moves up and down. But the same thing happens with stock. If there's some major news, let's say something happens on a Saturday, Apple's not going to be opening at the price it opened at on Apple opened up Friday. It would, let's say World War III breaks out on a Saturday, Apple closed at $150. You won't be being able to sell your Apple at $150 on a Monday. At least this way you can be selling your Bitcoin at whatever price you can get it at the time or on the weekend if you have the actual Bitcoin. I predict a 48k rejection about 3 months. We have been in this range for 2 years now. Personally, I think we're already in a bull run. We finished wave 5 at 48k. Now we're in the ABC correction move down. My concern is if we lose 38k, we shall see. I'll wait for the charts to tell me the news. We shall see. I'll wait for the charts to tell me the news. Yeah, so let me just check that 38k level. I think it lines up to my charts as well. Yeah, I mean, if you lose minus sort of the 40k, you go down to 35k, then you go to 31k, and then there should be a fair amount between that sort of 20 of support between 25,000 and 28,000. But yeah, I mean, we did go up quite fast, so we can probably come down quite fast as well. I think it'll be good to get we might even get a retest of the 31,000 if we break 38,000, which might be healthy. You never know. Chris Brokering, if we look at the fees you're paying out money that you don't. If you look at the fees you paying out money that you don't need to, if you hold Bitcoin rather than the ETF, I think Blackstone is. Yeah, I mean they're not high fees. 0.25%, 1%, 0.25%. I think is the first is for Cathie Wood's one. For the first 6 months anyway, or something like that. So advertisement of the ETFs now. Yeah, they're not high fees. I've seen 1.5%. I don't think anyone will charge more than 2%. So it's not terrible. I mean, if you're investing in Bitcoin, you're not hoping for 7% return a year. You're hoping for 20% annualized return a year. So 1%. I don't think the fees are horrific. There's just I don't actually think it's that bad. I would still prefer to hold my own Bitcoin unless I can buy the ETF on my ISA, which would be quite good. So I know you say it's quite silly to hold the ETF, but 1% fees it's not that bad, especially if you're buying Bitcoin on exchanges. It's actually pretty much safer to be buying the ETF than it is to be buying Bitcoin on exchanges. So yes, it depends what you prefer. What would be your top 2 or 3 coins that are most likely to 50 100x in this bull run, Sensei. Great. Ask me on Discord. I'd have to do a crypto review for the members. Chasing news, XRP only follows BTC. For XRP to get to its all-time high, a market cap would get to 150 or so because of its market dilution. 10 or 20x is a dream. 10 or 2. What can you elaborate a bit, please? Chasing news. XRP only follows Bitcoin. Most the cryptocurrency market follows Bitcoin. For XRP to get to its all-time high, market cap will have to get to 150. No, just because there's more circulating supply of XRP. I mean, it's capped at 100 million, and it's not going anything more than that. So they're not adding more XRP. So again, I don't know what you're referring to. Martyn Lucas Investor, hi, or how are we all today? Thank you, Martyn, for popping in. I think we're all a bit concerned about the situation in the Middle East. It could escalate. It's never great to escalate things, and that's what it seems like we've done. Roy Tenji's, what trading platforms do you use in the UK for leverage? Oh, are you in the UK? Did you answer my question of where? Oh, you saw me in a video. Oh yeah, where are you from? UK? Nice. Whereabouts in the UK? North, south? Whereabouts? For leverage, I use sort of plus 500, KuCoin for crypto, trading 212. Hopefully Robinhood soon as well. Hi Martyn, all good. You enjoy your long weekend. Your video feed has gone, Sensei. Audio is still good. Oh no. Let's double check that. Okay, it seems to be running fine now. Sorry about that. What time frames do you use, and what is your trading style? Days, scalps? I prefer swing trading, but I used all different time frames. I do some day trading, like I did with the Bitcoin ETF news. So yeah, I do all sorts. Sensei, hi Martyn, hi Sensei, hi all. Great week for my boring Litecoin. Sometimes the boring coins are the best. We were joking around with it once, weren't we? It's boring, but it would probably go up in the long term. So congratulations to you, Sensei. West London, very nice. Thank you for joining. I lived in London for a few years. Greg, hey Zach. Okay, so we've caught up on the comments. Video all good. Great show, Sensei. Thank you, Martyn, for the confirmation. Thank you for that. Okay, so we'll quickly talk about the S&P 500, and then we'll be wrapping up the show. So the S&P 500, and also why it might be that why there might be a sort of a crash looming. Again, the reason I'm talking about this is because for the last sort of 6 to 9 months, I said there might be a recession coming at the very end of 2023 / Q1 of 2024, and we are in that period now. So it'll be worth talking about now. So let me just bring up a few things. Right, so this is the S&P chart. The all-time high of the S&P 500, we're so close to it, and I'm worried it might be a double top situation or a little move up above it. Everyone gets excited, it lures everyone in, and then it starts coming down. So this is why I'm bringing this to your attention now. So we get rid of these. Is what I trade on is high risk, low risk. What is the risk level now? Buying or holding? It's pretty high risk. It's all-time highs. And it's not like there's a lot of money being injected. It's not like the Fed's printing. It's not like it's very sustainable. And it's not like there isn't 2 wars going on in the world. This is all-time high. This is a high-risk area to be holding. Again, high risk doesn't mean you're not going to make money and it's not going to go up further. It just means it's just high risk. This is a high-risk area. It's all-time highs. You're 0.5% away from all-time highs, and something you can expect to see is either a rejection down and then maybe a move back up, or that rejection down could continue to some lower levels, or instead of a rejection straight away, you can get a move up to grab that last bit of liquidity, get those traders in, and then bring you down quite quickly. And remember, we've been taking the stairs up for a while now, and when crashes do occur, those gains get wiped out in weeks. So we've been nicely going up. It can come down very quickly. So it's a high risk area. If you've got a lot of profits, Martyn took his margin off. He made some good profits. He took some profits. It's just I'm bringing to your attention that we are in somewhere which is high risk in the S&P 500. I know we can look at it's so late at night. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been very very busy today, so I'm very tired. Nasdaq is basically at all-time highs at the moment. Oh, that's why was I taking so long? The Russell still has some. It looks the best out of all of them because it's not near the all-time highs. So it's not a key level, it's just at the top of this range. So again, you can expect it to come back down to the bottom of this range, and that's more of the low caps that a lot of us are invested in. So it is at the top of a range, so you can expect it to, if the S&P pulls back, you can expect that to pull back, and then the issue would be if we start breaking the support around here. So it's just more of a warning to put out there that we are at a high risk area that might lead on to the crash. There's not major recession indicators coming in now. Issues are CPI was a bit higher. Issues are inflation could be moving back up because costs of goods can be going higher. You can imagine that oil could be going up in price now. You can imagine that cost of goods can be going up in price if certain shipment lanes are closed. You can imagine if things escalate, there'll be more money being spent on that. So then you can expect inflation to be having a resurgence. So it is higher risk. Things are getting higher risk, and all of that can lead to recession. You look at the probabilities of rate cut. When is the next meeting? The meeting is end of this month, 31st. I think everyone's 95% of the market is pretty confident that we'll be holding rates. But then you get everyone's expecting the first rate cut in March, the 20th of March. It always, I don't know why the Americans put the date the wrong way around, but it always gets me. So 20th of March is when the market 75% priced in that the markets will be cutting. The only way I see that happening is if markets go into turmoil in the next couple months, which they might do, and then they have to start cutting rates. I know unemployment goes high, but I don't think it will happen really that quickly for them to start cutting. It might do, but I think they'll have to hold these rates at these levels for longer because I think they're going to be worried about inflation, and they don't want to risk it going back up. They want to hold it tight. So I think if we do get this, I don't think it'll be because everything's great and inflation's coming down. I think it'll be because they have to, and things start breaking. I mean, we can still have a banking crisis looming. So it's just another warning. If you have profits, it's never bad to take it off. But again, nothing I ever say is financial advice, and I could be completely wrong. This is just dubious speculation. Let's get back to the comments and we can finish up the show. So if you are still here, please do hit the like button and do subscribe if you haven't already. West London, my G, thank you very much for joining. Hey, Zach, says Greg. Video's all good, great show. Hi, Greg, watching the Cowboys and listening to Sensei. Thank you, Zach. Say, capital gains. Can you explain why altcoins drop at the exact same time as Bitcoin does? Because everyone trades it that way. If Bitcoin comes down, people are selling altcoins as well. Normally, if Bitcoin comes down, altcoins come down harder. The crypto market is just interlinked. Just like if the S&P is dropping, Tesla is dropping most of the time. It's just more in tune in the crypto market because at this moment in time, especially the main top 100 coins are very interlinked with Bitcoin. People trade at the same. So if they see the price of Bitcoin coming down, they'll be selling their altcoins, trying to save their money, and everything's just sort of interlocked in the crypto market at this time. There will be points where Bitcoin is going sideways and or maybe even slightly down, and altcoins are outperforming, and that'll be the alt season. Right now we're more of in the Bitcoin dominance going up. We can have a quick look at Bitcoin dominance, and when Bitcoin dominance is heading higher, when Bitcoin goes up, altcoins don't go up as much, and when Bitcoin comes down, altcoins go down even more. So you can see the uptrend that we identified for a while. We are seeing for the first time maybe a lower low. So Bitcoin might not be king right now, and I think that's just because of the ETF, the sell the news of the Bitcoin ETF. Sorry, I haven't been showing the screen. So that's Bitcoin dominance chart. We were expecting this to go higher, and it has. We identified the Wyckoff accumulation structure, came up, and now for one of the we see a lower low. It's not very. We've seen it before. It's just because the Bitcoin ETF news is now out, and the Bitcoin ETF has happened. We'll have a quick look at something like gold as well. That should be moving up. That's been the investment of 2024. Gold is a great one, and silver will be moving in line with it. You can see there. I just showed you the gold cup and handle with the with the target of $2,400 this year, and silver's breaking out of its trend line. So it's all looking good on the commodities front. Let's have a quick look at US oil. That's that support, so you can start seeing that move back up as well, which was not good for inflation. So thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great show. Got a lot in there. Reflecting on the past week with the ETF approval. It's a monumental week for crypto. I've had a very long weekend, so it was very nice to come on here and have a chat with you guys and look at the charts. Have a look at a few comments. Great show. You can predict that January will be down and coins up. Yeah, I do. I don't know if I specifically said January, but I do think Q1 is going to be down. Last week I did say that Bitcoin will be at a lower price than it was last week. Bitcoin will go up in price, and on the ETF approval it would go near 50,000. We went to 49,200, and today will be lower price than we were last Sunday, and that was true. So we are at a lower price, but yeah, I mean the coins are definitely still up. I've been bullish on Bitcoin ever since we broke above 30,000. But yeah, I think now is high risk for a lot of assets, including crypto. So we'll see how we go. Still pretty fully invested in crypto. XRP is moving up, 3% up now, looking good. Great. Thank you all for tuning. Let's see how many likes we got in the end. 24 likes. Amazing. Not as good as 90 likes, but last week's show was pretty big, so thank you all for tuning in. I'll be popping into the show this week. I'll be calling in. We'll be discussing crypto a bit more, discussing my trades, and we'll see what Martyn does with the margins, see if there's any deals to be had. We'll see if there's any mini crashes this week. But until then, good luck with your trades. Remember, everything I say is not financial advice, it's just my perspective. And I like to come on here and give my perspective and show you guys what I'm doing with my money. Until next time, take care of your money, take care of your crypto, take care of yourselves and each other.